Hello and welcome. Today we'll be going over RAID 0 and RAID 1. RAID 0 is striping, and it's going to split data evenly across two or more disks without parity information, redundancy, or fault tolerance. So basically, if you use striping on two drives and one of them fails, it will cause the entire array to fail, and as a result of having the data striped across all the disks, you will lose everything that you have on those disks. The normal use for this is to have speed, and it's used to increase performance, although it also can be used to create a large logical volume out of two or more physical disks. A RAID 0 setup can be created with disks of different sizes, but the storage space added to the array by each disk is limited to the size of the smallest disk. So if you had a 120 gigabyte disk that's striped with a 320 gigabyte disk, the size of the array will only be 240 gigs. And the next is RAID 1, which is going to be creating an exact copy of your data on two or more disks. This is also known as mirroring. And if one disk fails, disk 2 will be fine and you will still have all of your data on there. So to do this, what you're going to want to do is go over to this Windows icon, right click it, and go to Disk Management. Initialize the disks if they haven't been already. We're going to go ahead and expand this. And you cannot perform a software RAID with a basic disk, so we have to convert these to a dynamic disk. And it's also important to note, if you have any additional operating systems on any of these disks, they will not boot once you convert them to dynamic, because Windows can only boot from a basic disk. So once you convert, you're just going to right click again, go to a new mirrored volume, click next. In this case, we'll be mirroring disk 1 with disk 2. Add that, and you can see the space is the same because we are using only 808 gigabytes. Just hit next. And we'll give this E. And then click next. And for the sake of this, we will do editing. Next. And finish. So next is RAID 0, which is striping. So what we're going to do is just right click again, do a new striped volume, click next, and we'll add disk 4, add, and click next, and we will do letter M, next, and we will name this media. Next, and finish. And that's all there is to it. It's really simple once you get down to it. I hope this helped anybody. Appreciate you stopping by for the end of this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.